It's Distinction. Good evening. 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 And welcome to Game Night, now into its 5th year. I think that's how birthdays work. Here's a message from our sponsor, Puzzle Dan.
DISTINCTIONNNNNNN Dixieland inbound. Let's see who will hang tough tonight as we all duel it out. I'm not sorry for these gladiators puns whatsoever. Deal with it.
Thank you for the 100 bits there, Puzzle Dan. And some Gladiators references there. A message from our sponsor, Stinson's Angle.
Happy anniversary Game Night. Looking fantastic.
Thank you very much, Stinson's Angle. Thank you for the 15 months and for the kind words. Yeah, I've redecorated a little bit. I did say that this was supposed to be for the 400th, and then I sort of did it this week, and then I realised it was the 4-year anniversary, so I was like, oh good, I'll just bring it out now rather than waiting another 2 months. So yeah, we've redone the opening video, and we've got a slightly different layout going on. I hope you like it. Basically, long and short of it is, camera's a bit smaller, game screen's a bit bigger, and a message from our sponsor, Top One Gaming.
My sub-anniversary is all the threes. 333,333,333,333 milliseconds. ... I think.
Well, you tried, TTS. Topper, thank you very much for the 33 run 3 sub and a message from our sponsor, Proogs.
Belated happy new arbitrary calendar takeover.
Thanks for the 100 bits, Proogs. Most grateful. Yeah, it is a little bit arbitrary, I suppose. The other thing I've done is I've updated the penny, micro penny to penny thing. I've settled on some values. So 100 pennies now doesn't cost as much as it did before. Neither does 500 pennies. So that's something that I promised last season, or was happening this season. And the layout is different. So yeah, the game screen's a bit bigger, the camera's a bit smaller, the chat text is a bit bigger, and also I haven't got the placeholder cam. So there's a transition as well. There's sort of peripherally inspired, I think, by Topper. If the volume's off, by the way, if the balance is off between the game sound and my voice, let me know. Getting errors joining. This is a Twitch game, Arden Pets. This one's done through Twitch Whispers. So if you're trying to join on the Universal app, that might be why. You can only cash in once once per stream, I think. Yes, that would be why this is a Twitch Whispers exclusive. This is one of the last ones, I think, this Twitch Whispers exclusive. This Cryptex. Is that it? Is it just this and Cryptex, which are just Twitch Whispers? This is at the top of the list to be redone, but I've had another project I've been playing with in my spare time recently. Anyway, that's all the changes, and the rest of it is as we know. Let me say hello to you all. Good evening to Mark and Stilgar and Ardenfets and Proogs and Topper and Samster. Good evening, Shapes and Clive. To Arun and Puzzle Down. Good evening, Huds and Nando and Pyro and Monster Man. Good evening, Lupine and Stinson's Angle and Colo and Zeus and Natu and Apodo. BC Innis, Jogging AB Me. Good evening, Toot and Lottibus and Mantissa and Fluffy Bunny and Bassoonist and Tiggo and Not a Cat and Flyboy and anyone else who is lurking, loitering and lingering in the chat. You are most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining us on this. Well, it's a regular game night. It's just over 4 years since I did it. So, yeah, it's something of an anniversary. We're still setting the big celebration for the 400th episode, which is in about 9 episodes' time. So make sure you are around for that. Well done to Apodo on winning that game of Battlefront. Nice, good, challenging start there from Zeus. Very grateful to you for writing, Zeus, and to Toot for proofing that one as well. Speaking of Toot, this is his pack of Distinction, proofed by me. Lots to look forward to in this. A nice, friendly sort of pack to get us into the mood, and then we've got the Purge coming up a bit later on, as written by Dogfish. Yeah, lots to look forward to. I'm going to give you just another minute or so to come and join. And then we'll get on with the game. I dropped my phone today on concrete and it finally gave up the ghost. I don't know if you can see where is the crack? It's there. Anyway, it's knackered. So I'll show you on the full screen later on. So I went out and bought a new one. To be fair, I've had this one for 4 years, so I thought it was time for a new one. So I've got one of those ones, which is not allowed to leave this room until the case arrives tomorrow. So yeah, I'm on to it's a 15 Pro Max, I think. It's quite chunky. It's a hefty phone, but so I don't know if I have been doing. But yeah, so maybe you're right. Maybe I should take them off. I'm slightly worried because I had a haircut today. Yeah, you're probably right. I should probably err on the side of caution, shouldn't I? I had a haircut today, but I haven't washed it yet, so it's all a bit not great. But yeah, I've had about 2 inches taken off it, so... no, I don't have a Mohican. No, I'm not scared of wearing the hat, or of not wearing the hat, but I just thought I'd err on the side of caution. But you're probably right, Lupine. Might be sensible not to be branded on stream, especially since we've had a big night tonight with 5 of our shows on the Saturday night lineup slot, where we had Gladiators and Wheel of Fortune and The Masked Singer and Pointless Celebrities and The Weakest Link all on tonight. All 5 of our shows, of which I directly worked on 2 of them, I think. So yeah, I haven't seen any of them yet. We've done quite a lot on today, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to give it till the end of this sting, and then we're going to lock it up. I've redone my Stream Deck layout as well, so I'm hoping everything just sort of works. But yeah, any issues with the balance between the volumes, just give me a shout. Was one of the gladiators? No, but I could see some of my colleagues in the background of a couple of shots. Right, that's the end of the sting. Let's play Distinction. So, this pack has been written by Now, cut that out and proofed by me. There's lots to like about this pack, and in this first round, you've got to whisper to the bot up to 3 of the answers that fill these boards. There's going to be 3 boards, each with exactly 10 missing answers on them. You can give exactly 3, you get 20 points for each one. There is a bonus answer secreted on each board as well. If you can hit that one, then you get 30 points for that answer. Once you've given me 3 correct answers, you won't be able to give me any more. Only the first player to get the answer registered by the computer will be allocated that answer. So go for the rare ones first, because everyone else will go for the common ones, or go for the common ones first, because they'll be the easiest to go. I don't know, however you want to think about it. Sort of a bit like words on stream sort of rules I realised the other day when I played that for the first time on Huds's stream. Didn't do terribly well. Silent Marine, welcome to the stream. That's about all there is to it. You can go for 1 from each board, 2 from one and 1 from another, or all 3 can come from a single board. It doesn't matter which way around you go. But do be first to get each of your answers. Exactly 10 answers on each board here. And there's a few varieties of spelling in here as well. But you've got 60 seconds on the clock to tell me as many as you can. Fingers on keyboards, good luck. And your boards are 10 most populous non-capital cities, the 10 Taylor Swift original studio albums, and the 10 most performed operas. Clive and Colo quickly uncovering 2 out of the 3 bonus answers. There's 1 more over on the opera board, and it's been found there by a run. Very well played. So there's all bonuses uncovered, and Clive has managed to find 3, giving himself not quite maximum. Maximum is 90, but getting 60 plus 1 bonus is 70, so that's good going. A few more to go. 30 seconds left. You've got 1 of the operas left, 3 of the Taylor Swift albums, and you've got 4 of the 10 most populous non-capital cities. There's another Taylor Swift album going. 1, 2, and 4. 20 seconds left on the clock. There's Nando finding 3, so just 2 players finding a maximum so far. Anyone else could get any more. 10 seconds left. Oh, it's in the nick of time there, Zeus. And that is time up. You've done jolly well there. 26 out of 30 in 60 seconds between you. And only 3 players hitting that cap. So very well done to Clive, Nando and Zeus there. You've done very well. A very well-pitched board as well, has to be said, by Toot. Shanghai, incidentally, this list 10 most populous non-capital cities. This is according to the UN 2018 population estimates. On this list, we technically have, it's an answer that you didn't find, so I'll tell you about it in a minute. One I will say that was pushed to 11. It was originally on here because we missed one out. Tianjin, or Tianjin, was in at 11. Just missing 1 of the Taylor Swift ones and 1 of the operas. Let's take a look at the missing answers. Osaka and Chongqing, I think that's pronounced. What's that? Oh, it wasn't on the list. Sorry, I didn't read this. So the list technically has Delhi as a separate entry than New Delhi, but as the former consists ladder, it's pretty reasonable to still define it as the capital. That was what I was going to say. So Delhi is still being defined here as the capital rather than New Delhi. But the ones you missed there, Osaka and Chongqing. Taylor Swift, the self-titled first album. Nobody managed to find that one. And Die Zauberflöte. Die Zauberflöte would also have accepted Magic Flute or The Magic Flute by Mozart. Only the 4 missing answers there. So you've done very well. Lots of points going on the board because you've gone off the end of the screen. Let's check out the scores at the end of round 1. So Clive with an early lead of 70, Nando and Zeus both with 60, a run in third with 50. Smattering of players still yet to score, but the top 3 rows have got points. Lots of people on 20, just finding 1 on each board, and quite a few still looking for them. Have I got a favourite opera? I do really like Don Giovanni. Mainly because I was in Don Giovanni when I was at university. I played Commendatore, which is one of the best roles in all of opera because, and spoiler alert, although it was written in 1790, so I don't really think it is, he's killed in the first scene, and then he gets to come back in the final scene, kill the sort of anti-hero main character, and he doesn't have anything to do, and he has the best aria, well, one of the best arias in the thing, which is the one at the end, Don Giovanni, and I got to play that part, so it's great because you do the first scene, and then you go down the pub for 2 hours and come back and do the ending. Although I think the reality of it is, well, certainly when we did it, I actually went off to play the harpsichord part in between because I thought, oh, you can do all the continuo for the wrestlers. So yeah, Don Giovanni is probably up there. I quite like Orpheus and Eurydice by. Orpheus in the Underworld, by Offenbach, which is also quite good. There you go. I'm going to stop being an opera bore now. If you want to join the game, if you haven't joined, now is the time to do it, because you can't join mid-round, and this next round is the sort of substance round. So, Daru, welcome to the stream. If no one else is coming to join us, then we will move on to round number 2. The substance alcohol. No, I'm still on dry January, Zeus. Is it 13 days in? 13 days in, and still yet to have a drop, which is good. Although it does mean I'm drinking more tea and squash, and subsequently having to go to the loo a bit more, which I'm starting to think I wish I'd done before stream, and then I remembered I did. So there will probably be a loo break at some point before the end. But yeah, dry January going well. So into round number 2, you've got a list of you've got a board with 5 answers, and exactly 5 answers. The question will be phrased in such a way to only allow 5, and all you've got to do is find 1 answer, but you've got to find the least popular answer, the one you think that the fewest number of other players will say. The fewer people who say the answer, the more points you get. It's simple as that. If you're the only person, or you've got the fewest number of players say the answer that you think, then you get up to 50 points. There's 3 of these boards, and you've got 30 seconds for each one. So just give me the rarest answer, but also remember, everyone else is trying to think of the rarest answer, so sometimes the best answer can be the most obvious one. I will give you a couple of examples on this first one. The examples I give you are not answers included on this board, okay? But just in case you need to know what I'm referring to. So, the first set of answers in round 2, there are 5 here, and we're looking for the first 5 alkanes by number of carbon atoms. So, as an example, hexane and octane, but they are not on this list. But those sorts of things, those are the alkanes. Hexane or octane, for example, but don't put those. Only give me 1 answer, Flyboy. You only need to give... Flyboy, you can stop answering now. Stop answering. You only need to give me 1. I can see it coming up in my console. You only get marked for the first one you give. You need to give me exactly 1 answer, and you are looking for the rarest one. Mantissa? Nope, just out of time there. Okay, this is interesting. This hasn't happened for a while. You've missed one of them. One of them is missing. But let's take a look, first of all, at any wrong answers that came in there. The first 5 alkanes. No answer from Mantissa, and no idea. I think that's Monster Man, possibly. Xenon, no, that's... is that a noble gas? Or is it a noble gas? I think xenon. Iodine, no, iodine not on our list. And hexane, yes, that was the example I gave you and said not to put Flyboy. So that one isn't going to count. But everyone else giving me a valid answer. Well, let's take a look and see what you found. So 10 players going for this answer, getting 20 points. Methane, Apodo Nuevo, Samster, Zeus, Colo, Dan, Clive, Arun, ABB, Innes, and Stilgar. A couple of scientists in there as well, which is quite interesting to see. But yes, methane, 10 players going for that and getting 20 points each. We then got a tie. The 2 answers are each going to get 30 points because 5 players each went for propane, Ardenfett's, Topper, Lupine, Nando, and Optimat, and also pentane. 5 players going for pentane. Mark, Stimpson's Angle, Shaped, Prugs, and Pyropygmy. Also 30 points to you. And just 1 player fewer Oh, it's done its spell check thing. Yeah, that's pretty sucky. That is. I can't do anything about that. It's one of the reasons I need to rebuild this game, because obviously there need to be a better solution, especially when we have lists like this. Apologies if ethane and methane have been conflated there. It's on, like I say, it's on the list to rebuild, and that is one of the major problems with it. Yes, grumble, apologies, but hey, that's all still, you got points at least. And hey, if you want to think about it, if you'd split it 5 and 5, you'd have only got 10 more points. So let's think of it like that. If 5 of you said methane and 5 of you said ethane, that would have meant that everybody, in fact, that would have meant everybody only got 10 points, because it would have been split 4 ways. There you go. So yeah, apologies for that. Anyway, let's go on. The other answer, butane. BC, Silent Marine, Vertigo, and Fluffy Bunny all getting themselves 50 points for butane. One fewer player saying that. Very well done. And as we have... it probably wouldn't, but that's a scant consolation, Sam, so I'm not complaining about it anymore, because I can't do anything about it. I have apologised for it, and we can't do anything about it, so I suggest we move on with cheerful voice. That's going to be my suggestion. And no one said ethane, not even Samster. Not even Samster said ethane, so no points for that one. Well missed. So there we go. Those are some points going out. Let's clear that board and move on to the next one. Hopefully this will not have the same issue as the last one. Doesn't look like it will. And I will clarify to you that each answer on this board of 5... No, he wasn't in his element. That's the problem, Samster. You just weren't in your element, Samster. You didn't believe hard enough, and the spell checker didn't believe you. Each of the answers on this list of 5 is going to be a country, just in case you're slightly confused as to the syntax of the question. Once again, just give me one answer. Don't give me all of them, just give me one, because it will only count your first answer. So give me the one you think fewest other people are going to say. Iraq. The answer will be a country, and we are looking for the 5 great powers at the Paris Peace Conference, 1919 to 1920. Just give me one answer. Ten seconds. And there's an answer from everybody. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And that is time. Oh, goodness me, goodness me, goodness me, goodness me. I think we've got some wrong answers in here. Hopefully it's not a spell checkery thing, because again, overwrite is not something that exists in this game. Neighbour country, if you're stuck. Let's take a look at the wrong answers. China, Spain, Russia, Russia, Germany, Germany, Ottoman Empire, Russia, Russia, Soviet Union. I'm relieved to say that all of those are genuinely wrong answers, I'm afraid, so no points there. The 5 great powers and 8 players, each getting 20 points, which means we're going to have a tie somewhere else. 8 players said France, Mantissa, Apodo, Simpsons Angle, Ardenfetz, Prudes, Lupine, Fluffy Bunny, and AB Me. Very well done, all picking up 20 points there. 5 players going for the next one and picking up 30 points. The USA, Stilgar, Shapes, Optimat, Samster, and Mark, all going for the USA and picking up 30 points. USA, as the saying goes. Just one fewer player on the next answer. 4 players, each picking up 40 points. For Britain, accepted UK, United Kingdom, Great Britain, Britannia, England. I was being a bit generous on that, but yes, England did count. Monster Man, Silent Marine, BC, and Nando all getting that for 40 points. And then there are 2 players, each getting 50 points, but they've covered the 2 missing answers. So just 1 player each saying, for 50 points, Japan, that was Zeus, and the 1 missing answer, the 1 person who hasn't been allocated points yet, it looks to be... Pyro, Pygmy, possibly. You haven't got a number under you. Could it be you saying Italy? It certainly could. Very well done, Pyro, picking up 50 points there. Great effort indeed. So lots of points going out in that round. And those are the 5 great powers at the Paris Peace Conference. Italy, Japan, Britain, USA, and France. Very well done. Let's clear that board. My dog is barking at air again. He does that. 1 more board for you. And again, only give me 1 answer. Give me the rarest answer that you think fewest other people are going to say. 30 seconds to tell me The 5 rings of power in Captain Planet. Kurtzov, welcome to the stream. You can join at the end of this round, Kurtzov. So when we go back to the lobby screen, yes, and this is all done in Twitch Whispers, so you'll be able to come and join us for round 3 and the finale. So the 5 rings of power in Captain Planet. Not to be confused with the rings of power in Lord of the Rings, which are slightly different. Right, under 10 seconds now. Gotta give me an answer. Gotta give me an answer. Give me something. Have a guess. It might be right. And Silent Marine just out of time there. And we have covered 4 out of 5 answers, though notably there's quite a few wrong answers here because I've only got 14 answers in, and I think there's 25, 26 of you in the game. Let's take a look at wrong answers first of all. Water, no. Red, water. Power to the people, no idea what this is, no answer. Speed, victory, black, peace, love, blue, a hearty breakfast, energy, and sapphire. No, I'm afraid those are all incorrect answers. You would have thought water might have been there, but no, it doesn't feature. No, it's not. It's not at all, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Well, not according to my proofing. And not according to the answers I've got down here. Maybe it's different in the US, possibly. No, it's not. It's not at all. And I know because I watched Captain Planet. I played a Mega Drive game. I'll go through them. Let me go through them. And I will tell you why it's not water. Because 6 players getting 30 points for Heart. Mantissa, Lupine, Clive, Shapes, Fluffy Bunny, and Stilgar all picking up 30 points for Heart there. Very well played. 4 players getting 40 points for Wind. Wind was the next answer. I'm going to go back to check my notes again because now I'm confused about something. Okay, yeah, I've just checked my notes and yeah, I'm wrong. How's that gotten through? Because yeah, the one that I was getting confused by was we'll see when we get there. Anyway, Zeus, Apodo, Mark, Innis all picking up 40 points for Wind. Moving on. Earth was the next answer. 2 players getting 50 points for Earth. Simpsons Angle and Nando, and 2 players picking up 50 points for Fire, Tiggo and Pyro Pygmy. So I don't know how I've managed to overlook this on the which players said water, by the way, because where this has come from I don't know. You'll have to confer with Toot unless Hamster said it. Well, the answer we've got down on the card is air, which I looked down the list just a minute ago and thought I couldn't see water again then, but yeah, air is the answer. So who said water? And yeah, I just realised that when wind came up, I thought, hang on, that's wind again. Wind and air. Who said, yeah, it's double wind. Ardenfets. Did Mark? No, Mark said something else. He's complained about it. Was it just Ardenfets and not Samster? I don't think I can adjust points on this game. Maybe I can. Did I do a thing that let me do that? Have I got a player manager? I don't know. Well, we'll find it. Let's check out the scores. You're okay with that. But it potentially would have been 50 points if there were only the 2 of you that said water. I can't remember. I'd have to go check the VOD. But let's clear the board and see what the scores are, such as it is at the moment. And we might go for a short break. So we need the loo. Nando's got 180, Zeus has 170, BC, Shapes, and Pyro all have 130. Clive, and there's Kurtzov, welcome to the game. Clive, Fluffy Bunny, Mark, Tiggo all on 120, Lupine, Simpsons Angle on 100, Samsa's on 90, though that might actually be 140, we're not quite sure. Silent Marine also on 90, Innocent Apodo is still going on 80, Run and Prugs on 70, ABM and Optimat on 60, Colo and Ardenfet and Mantissa all on 50, Monster Man's got 40, Topper's got 30, Jogging and Dan have 20, Flyboy and Natit, yeah, to score. Could be 150. Oh, we don't know about that one because of the conflation of methane and ethane. This is maybe I need to just bump this and to sort of abandon my current side project and bring this to the fore. Because, I mean, when are we next playing Distinction? Okay, not until the 17th of February. Could I fix this before then? Can I redo this before the 17th of February? Probably could. Anyway, hang fire. I'll be right back. I'm just going to go and pop to the loo and then we will continue. Be right back. Right, sorry about that. Back in the room. Yeah, so a couple of things have snuck through. So 4 years on, occasionally, we still miss things in both writing and proofing. So apologies if that has affected you, but all in good fun. And yes, the rebuild of this game where the spelling conflation won't be a problem. Tell us about the last 2 minutes. Yeah, well, they're going to be a thing. It was. I feel relieved now, and yes, I washed my hands. Right, we're going to go on round number 3. Okay, round number 3 looks very similar to round number 1, and it is more or less the same. The only difference is the lists are not exhaustive. There won't necessarily be exactly 10 answers to the category you're given, so you need to slightly read Toot's mind and think which ones did he go for. But as before, you can give me up to a maximum of 3 points, double in this round, so 40 points for each one, and 60 if you can find one of the 3 secreted bonuses, 1 on each board, and your answers can again come from anywhere on the on any boards. So 3 from 1, 1 from each, or 2 and 1 are all fine. I will tell you, one of these boards requires exact spelling, because that is a thing I've implemented, and I'm fairly sure it's the board on the left. Board number 1 will require exact spelling. Okay, so my anticipation is that 1 and 3 might get filled. Well, 3 will get filled up fastest. 1 will probably get there. 2 might be a little trickier, but we'll see. That's my prediction. You've got 1 minute to give me up to 3, and best of luck to you all. Here come the boards. 60 seconds on the clock, please. We're looking for 10 of the UK's top 20 most common passwords, 10 female artists you should know, and 10 Batman villains. Mark gets the obligatory Frida Kahlo answer there. And I'm running side board, and there is the 3rd bonus. Very well done if you've managed to pick up those. So lots of Batman villains to choose from. Mark with the 2nd of the artists now. It's coming up to halfway through the time. One more password to find, and there it is. Well played. Okay, under 30 seconds now. We've got 3 Batman villains to go, and 5 female artists that you should know. Okay, 10 seconds to go. Any more for any more? 120 is the ceiling here. 5 of you maxing out so far. Wow. Tricky board. Only a smattering of players picking up points here. You did find all of those passwords. Well done. Password QWERTY, password 1, 123456, let me in, QWERTY 123, ABC 123, 12345, 1234567, and football are all the passwords. So very well done on clearing that one. Let's go through the others. Start with the Batman villains, because there's only 3 missing on there. Crazy Quilt, Solomon Grundy, and Calendar Man. Calendar Man, also known as Julian Gregory Day, or Julian Day. Solomon Grundy, also known as Cyrus Gold, and Crazy Quilt, Paul Decker was his pseudonym. And as for the female artists, Yayoi Kusama, Louise Bourgeois, Cindy Sherman, and Helen Frankenthaler were the answers that you missed there. But all 3 bonuses getting uncovered, and just missing 7 out, so still pretty good effort, though less representation in terms of the players who got them. A few players missing out completely there, but well, lesser known Batman villains. Yeah, you can't just have all of the common ones, can you, Natty? You've got to mix it up a little bit. And to be fair, the common ones were uncovered. So, but that's part of the game. If they were all really easy, it'd be, be easier. Let's clear the board and check out the scores and see who is going into the final. And it looks... Samster, you missed out by 10 points. My dude, brew. I can hear the brew from here. Mrs. Flush is here.
I am. I'm just bringing.
She's just bringing a towel in. Go on, Samson, give us a brew. Give us a bra. Because you are denied a place in the final because of spell checkery metric things. So you have my apologies. I'll give you some bonus pennies, Samson. How's that? Bra. Is it bra? Brew? Bra? Oh, my wife's dancing with the dog now, who's also here. Anyway, moving on. Not going to dignify it with a response. Oh, by the way, congrats on your performance in Only Connect on Monday. So it was a very, very good game. Enjoyed it very much. And look forward to seeing you in your next match. And I'm deliberately not spoilering that, or deliberately not giving away what the result was, just in case anyone hasn't seen it yet. There's Dexter in the background. Do you want to see him larger?
Oh, no. Put me down!
Oh, hello, Dexter. You come to see the stream? Hello. Oh, kisses. Mwah.
You've had dinner. I got given rice.
Did you get given rice? How fun for you.
Right, the dog.
Oh, I'm Dalton. Welcome to the stream. The one using the universal controller. No, this one is using Twitch chat. Now is the chance to join OM Dalton. Join now, or you won't be able to. Yes, it's one of the Shrub Lathbury dogs. Twitch Whispers, if you want to play this one, OM Dalton. So just type in the code into the chat and you should come in. There you are. So our finalists are going to be Nando, Zeus and Mark. Pretty close between Zeus and Mark, but a hefty advantage here for Nando with 300. But of course, all of that can change in the final. And for anyone not in the final, you still have a very important part to play. So Zeus and Mark and Nando are going to battle it out for the gold, silver and bronze. They are going to be our gold, silver, bronze medalists. And hey, Samsa, you could still win the lobby medal, which is in many ways better than the gold, is it? I don't know. Let's find out. To the distinction final. So, here we go. Time for the final board. And on this one, I can tell you there are 24 answers to choose from. Now, we're going to have 1 minute on the clock, and all the players not in the final, that's everyone other than Nando, Zeus, and Mark, you're going to give me as many answers as you can, and you can give me up to a maximum of 5. As ever, the fewer players who say the answer, the more points it's worth, but do try and give me as many as you can. So after the first 30 seconds, if you're struggling to think of rare ones, maybe go for some of the more obvious ones. Although this one is a slightly tricky final, so we'll see how we get on. But there's 25 of them to choose from. What you've got to do is give me as many as you can, up to a maximum of 5 inside 60 seconds. We then go to our 3 finalists, who will answer going from left to right and then right to left. If they can find an answer that nobody has found, then they retain their score. If they find an answer that at least one person has found, then they lose 5 points for every person who says it. And if they give me a wrong answer, or if more than 20 people said it, they lose the maximum of 100. Okay? Finalists, you will get whatever score you started this round on, plus whatever you end it on. The idea being you should still be higher up the leaderboard. Everyone else is still playing for points, and points equal pennies, and pennies could equal medals. So, 3 finalists, Nando, Zeus, Mark, don't answer for this first minute, but do be having a think about what you want to say. And remember your spelling for the finalists when it comes around to your typing. Do double and triple check it, because I have no override at the moment. Good luck to all of the players in the lobby game. You've got 60 seconds to name up to 5 of the Best Picture Academy Award nominees with titles 4 or fewer characters long. And there are 24 of them. So this is nominees, not just winners. Nominees we're after. It's not being populated well. Under 30 seconds to go. I said it was a tough one. So it could make it interesting towards the end with our finalists. Oh, no reference exception. Cool. Where's that come from? They're still accepting answers. 5 seconds. Okay, Stimpson's Angle, I think getting the most there with 4. It was a tough question. I got a couple of null reference exceptions there, which is slightly alarming. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 distinct answers for you guys to choose from as the finalists. So give it some thought. We're looking for Best Picture Academy Award nominees with titles 4 or fewer characters long. Nando, you're starting us off. Can we have your first answer, please? We're going with Ray. Ray. Is that a correct answer? Yes, indeed it is. Ray, starring Jamie Foxx, Academy Award nominee in 2006, I want to say. Maybe 2005. I don't have all that trivia to hand. It is a correct answer. How many people said Ray? Good start for you, Nando. You stick with your 300 because nobody said Ray. We haven't seen a distinct answer for a while, and you've got a good one there. Very well played. We are going, and I've just done sort of a Podo erasure because I've just realised, Podo, you've got 5, and I said Stenson got the most with 4. Podo did find 5 there, so apologies, I completely missed that. Zeus, you can't give me Ray, but anything else? Your first answer, please. Juno. Juno. Is that a correct answer? Yes, it is. Elliot Page starred in that one in 2009? 10? Maybe earlier. I forget. How many people said Juno? Just the one. I don't know why it's not done the animation for you there, but one person said it, which means you get to lose 5 points. You're down to 245. Still ahead of Mark, who's now going to give us his first answer, if you please. Gigi, or Gigi, possibly? Gigi? Not quite sure of the pronunciation. Is it a correct answer? Yes, it is. It's one of the few on my list, one of 3, I believe, that actually won. As well as being nominated, it also won Best Picture. It's a correct answer. How many people said Gigi? Just the one. Gigi. Thank you, Mark. Just the one person said it, so you're losing 5 as well, down to 235. We're going to go right to left now. So, Mark, your second answer, please. Just having a think. Coda. Coda. Is it a correct answer? Yes, it is, and Mark giving us a second one that also won the Best Picture. Was that 2021? 2019? Can't remember. I'm not going to say anything else, speculate on anything else in case I give away more answers. But it is a correct answer. How many people said Coda? 4 people said it. You're down to 215, Mark. You could still win this if Nando finds a wrong answer, or if Zeus drops below 215. So it's also very much up in the air, but Mark, you're 2 for 2. Zeus, can I have your second answer, please? Up. Up. Disney Pixar animated film. That was 2009. Is it right? Yes, it is. Very well done. It's also, and I can say this one because it's got more than 4 letters, it was nominated the same year that Up in the Air was nominated, but neither of them won. That was the year the Hurt Locker won. So yes, Up and Up in the Air nominated in the same year. Very different films. Up is a right answer, Zeus. How many people said it? Ooh, 6 people, and you and Mark are tied, so it will go on scores coming into the round. So Zeus, you have got a slight advantage over Mark at the moment. So is it going to be silver for Zeus and bronze for Mark, or is it going to be gold for Zeus and silver for Mark, or something in between? I don't think it could be something in between. But Nando, you've got one more answer to give us, and it's your game to lose at this point. You're on 300. Can I have your second answer, please? Tar. Tar. Correct answer? Yes, it is. Very well played. That was quite recent, I think. Was that last year or the year before? Technically, it's spelt with an acute accent over the A, but you could have had either spelling. We thought that is going to be definitely something that catches people out. So, yes, we did allow either. How many people said tar? You've got a double distinction there, Nando. Very well played. I think you need to go a different colour if you get a distinct answer. Maybe go gold or something. Radar. With Radar, Nando, you finish on 300. We'll add that to the 300 you came in, which means you're going to finish the game on 600 points, which will convert to quite a lot of pennies. 3 pennies, and blimey, that's 1,800 pennies you're taking away there, Nando. Very well done. And you're the winner of distinction. Very well played. Tricky round at the end there, but you've all done well, and you've got a board full of green. But Nando doing the double distinction just wasn't going to be top there. But close run in between Zeus and Mark there. But Zeus just picking up the silver by dint of the fact he came into the round higher, and Mark taking the bronze. But both, all three of you, very big scores to go back into the lobby with. Let's just go through all of the answers that you could have had. So Argo, 12 people going for Argo. That was 2011, I think. And again, that was the third of the 24 answers that won its category as well. So Argo, Coda, and Gigi all winning. Everything else was just nominated but didn't win. Up, 6 people went for Up. Coda, 4 people went for that. Roma, just 1. Samsa going for Roma, very well played there. 4 players going for Hugo. Her, the Joaquin Phoenix Scarlett Johansson film, 3 players going for that. Jaws, way back when, 3 players going for Jaws. Gigi, Topper was the only one to go for that. So it was Topper was the one who denied you that silver medal, Mark, so you can take it out in the lobby afterwards. Milk, 3 players going for Milk. Dune, 1 player saying Dune. 1917, 4 characters. It didn't say letters, so 4 characters. 1917 would be valid. Puzzle Dan, the only one going for that one. JFK, just the 1 player. Juno, Ardenfetz was the only one who went for Juno there. So yeah, Zeus, you can blame Ardenfetz for denying. Well, you got the silver, so it's fine, I guess. Babe was just 1 player. Simpsons Angle. And fun fact: Babe and Babel are the only 2 Best Picture nominees that are separated by 1 letter. Fun fact for you there from Toot. And then the ones that no one gave us: Tar, Mank, Vice, Lion, Room, not the same as The Room, Ray, Reds, MASH. Technically it has the asterisks in it, but it's not worth getting into that debate unless it somehow impacts the score, which it doesn't. Z, or Z, not quite sure how the pronunciation of that one, and Tess are your missing answers there. So very well done if you did pick up some of those answers and got some points for them. And that is the end of the game. Nando, 600, 1,800 pennies going your way, and a gold medal for distinction. Very well done. Zeus taking the silver, Mark taking the bronze, and it is Samster who gets the lobby medal. So there's the consolation for you, Samster. You get that lobby medal. Yeah, sorry again for the conflating of spelling and the wrong answer on the Captain Planet one. Somehow that made, not quite sure how that got through, but there we are. He wants to give back his medal lobby. Okay, we'll give it to Arun then. I can't have to do that manually. There's a lot of people cashing in pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I have now updated it. So I will do those shortly. So if you see players getting pennies, I'm not just doing it at random. That's what that's all about. We're going to take another very short break just so I can punch some adverts out. When we come back, we're going to be playing The Purge, as written by Dogfish, so I do hope that you'll stick around and join us for that. This one's been proofed by Colo, to whom I'm very grateful, so please do stick around for what should be a fun game. This one is done. No, I'm not going for another one, but I might go get myself another drink. This one is done through the app, so make sure you go and get your browser ready. Hasn't had any updates since the last time, so if you've played on it in the last couple of weeks, it should still be fine. So get that all set up, ready for The Purge, which is coming up in a few minutes' time. I'll cash in those pennies. I'll play some adverts. If you subbed, you won't see them, but if you're not, then you will. But we won't start the next game without you, so don't worry about it. Thanks again to Toot for that pack. Thank you all for playing, and congratulations to Nando, our gold medalist in distinction. I will see you in a few minutes for The Purge. See you then. And coming up in a few minutes' time, we have got the Purge to look forward to, as written by Dogfish and proofed by Colo. I'll do another bonus in a minute because that seems very tight to only give 17 out. So we'll do another one in just a second. I'll run some adverts. I think I've bumped it to 3 minutes of adverts, again, just for pre-roll reasons. So, yeah, grab yourself a drink, stretch your legs, and we'll be back in 3 or 4 minutes. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
Now just what else are we supposed to do?
Take a tool now, Texas, and give me a chance. See, you're all mixed up because the jive's a dance.
Well, tell me some more. I'm such ignorant.
Well, put down that horn, we'll have dancing school.
Clap your hands, swing out fine. Do the suit you mix in, step two, put it all together, and you're doing the jive. Stop your feet, swing out fine. Dance around a while, shake it, boogie, woogie style. Everybody's swinging when you're doing the jive. If you can't play
to the second part of this evening's game night, where it is time for the Purge KPWC, and this is done through the Universal Controller. So if you want to play this game, make sure you've got the app loaded in some capacity. Just as we went to the break, my wife bought me a cup of tea, a nice cup of Red Bush. So it's caffeine free, so I can drink it at this time of night. Well, it's getting me through dry January, it really is. And it's been a couple of days where I just thought, bloody hell, I'd love a glass of wine right about now. But powering through. Is anyone else doing dry January? I've added the pennies, by the way, for everyone who requested them. Thank you, Dogfish, for this pack. And thanks to that anonymous gifter who gifted a sub up to PL Jogging right there. Welcome on in, Jogging. Enjoy ad-free viewing the next month. Dry lifetime. Dry since September 2021. That's pretty good. How long do we have until you start? I make my own cup. Have you started making it? You've probably got 5 or 6 minutes, Dalton. Join the lobby now, and then we'll get going. Maybe up to 5 minutes, I want to say. Teetotaler mark. Okay, dry lifetime as well. Oh, 26 of you in so far, so yeah, I won't give it too long. Need to regas that. But yeah, for me, it takes me about 12 minutes to make a cup of tea. If I'm doing one of my Earl Grey ones, because you have to boil the kettle, you've then got to add the water in, and it has to brew for 8 minutes. That's my ideal cup of tea. An Earl Grey with 1 sugar brewed for 8 minutes. That's how I take my tea, in case anyone was wondering. Generally Earl Grey. I mean, I'll drink Yorkshire tea if it's about... We have 3 varieties of tea, so if you ever come around for a drink, we've got different varieties of tea and coffee and stuff, so it's quite nice. Yes, you have to check which tea would you like. There's a mug I got for my birthday a couple of years ago with various animals on it. They're all ours, so that's fine. It's not weird. Ooh, fuck. 29 players in. It's good to see. This is Dogfish's pack, just to remind you. I haven't actually seen this one because Colo proofed it. I had a very brief glance at it and did a final sanity check on the spelling. But Yorkshire Gold, 2 sugars brewed for 4 minutes, and milk. No, can't drink tea black. Not a fan of black tea. I will if I absolutely have to, like if we've got no milk. Just add a drop of cold water in to compensate, but 2 sugars, it's quite a lot. My granddad still has 2 sugars in his coffee, and he's 91. Madness. Also, Yorkshire Gold at this time. Is Yorkshire Gold, is that the caffeine-free one? You're having caffeinated tea at this time of night. No, you don't have to drink tea. No, that's very true. Our line manager doesn't drink tea or coffee. I don't know how he does it. But, yeah, he's forever drinking blackcurrant squash at work. Teetotal since 2020. Time for another. What, another pandemic? No, I don't want another pandemic. That would be bad. Just don't drink tea or coffee. Squash all the way for me to. Maybe. I like it. I think it's good. Caffeine gives you a buzz. I quite like the taste. But yeah, it's non-alcoholic beers now. You can get the taste exactly the same as regular beers. So, oh, hot squash. No. Meg swears by hot squash when she's ill. I can't stand it. I think it's horrible. No, God, stop. Stop this nonsense at once. Okay. Purge time. I don't think there's anything left on the Trello board that I need to fix in this game, but yes, very grateful to Cola, who's proofed this one. It looks like everyone's getting in on the app. It has got anytime entry on it, though I don't think you get a seat if you join anytime, but you can, of course, play in the behind-the-scenes game. Opsies log in. That's fine. Score, welcome on in. Welcome to the stream, mate. No, I don't know what sort of beer you've been drinking, Score, but no. No, beer's lovely. Love a beer. Each to their own. I'm not going to disparage anyone for liking or not liking anything. That would be impertinent and wrong of me. So, apart from hot Vimto, yeah, that would. I will say it's not for me. But far be it from me to disparage you for drinking that, which I feel I might have done a bit. So, anyway, moving on. Vimto does anagram to vomit. That's very true. Vimto is life. But what's There's a sweet you can get that's sort of Vimto flavoured, I think. Was there a Vimto sweet bar? One of those chew bars? Possibly. Anyway. Ah, I see some people coming to join us. It's going to validate their accounts, and then hopefully they'll appear. It's not like I have a vomit for nothing, not quite. Okay. Hopefully we'll get in shortly. There's one. Dante, welcome to the stream. Hope you're keeping well. And hopefully one more to follow in just a second. According to my log. Or someone's joined the waiting room but not validated the account yet. Hopefully you should only have to validate once. There we are, Energia. Welcome on into the stream. Great to have you here. Hope you're keeping well. Yeah, you're the two, because I can see you when you join the lobby and then when you validate. And if you're pre-validated, which you will be now if you use the same browser, it does both at the same time. But it makes you validate once just so it can link up your Twitch username, which is good. So I think that's everyone. We'll do that. I did say about 5 minutes. That's been about 5 minutes. So this pack by Dogfish, it is classic Purge format, which means 5 questions with 2, 5 questions with 3, 5 questions with 4, 5 questions with 5 options. Yeah, and we'll raise every 5 questions. Mainly because I haven't updated the template yet, so the writing template. But there we go. If you're ready to play, and remember you can still earn pennies even if you're eliminated. So do continue playing if you get eliminated. But hopefully we'll finish up with 5 finalists, and gameplay continues until we have answered either 20 questions, 5 Purge questions, or there are 5 or fewer players remaining. Those are the rules. That's how to play, and we're going to start with the tie-break question, as we already do, which will be in numerical form, and you'll have 20 seconds to answer it, which may or may not come into play. We'll see towards the end of the game. So, 34 players in. Oh, Zeus, it's just revalidated, you're already in. Good stuff. So, let's start with a tiebreaker question. This will have a numerical answer, and you must give me the answer in the form of a number, and however far away you are is what your tiebreaker will be, however far away from the correct answer, that is. I think that's all I need to say. Yes, if you don't give me anything, you'll be given int.max, or int.max value, which is bad. You don't want that. So, here's the opening question of the game. No, here's how to play. Just in case you didn't listen to me, there's words there. Multiple choice questions. If the group fails to say under the breakpoint, a purge is triggered, in which all incorrect and abstaining players must partake. That's kind of important, I didn't mention that, but if a player answers the purge question correctly, they rejoin the game. If not, they are eliminated. Play continues until 20 questions have been answered, 5 purges have taken place, or 5 or fewer players remain. Whichever occurs first, and the surviving players move on to the final purge. Okay, everything is done through your devices, so good luck to you all. Here is the tiebreaker question. Fingers on devices, here we go. How many Amazon rainforests would it take to cover the surface area of Mercury? Be a whole number, an integer. Have a little think, but answer within 5 seconds. Clive's going to be hoping it doesn't go to a tiebreak. I think he's the only one not to get an answer in there, possibly. The correct answer is 13. 74.8 over 6, and naturally rounded up. And yes, finding a source on the size of the Amazon anywhere from 5.5 million square kilometres to 6.7 million square kilometres was fun. But those are the notes I have from Dogfish there. It would take only 13 to cover the surface area of Mercury. Glance down my list. Take a look. Inca just 2 away. I think that's the closest I can see. Purely One Gaming, that's several orders of magnitude away. I think that's the highest answer I can see. Don't think I'm seeing anything much closer than that. Yeah, that may or may not come into play later on. But there is the Purge meter. And it starts at 50% and will go down by 10% every question if we don't go to a purge, and reset back up plus 10 each time we do trigger a purge. So we'll have the breakpoint at 50%. Oh, apparently one player has been purged already, and it seems to think it's Zeus, because Zeus came in italics. Not quite sure why that is. Let's see if anything bad happens at your end, Zeus, because it seems to think you're already purged. Let's have a look at the first question. 2 options here, and they are... Oh, you joined late. That'll be it then. Oh, piss. I'm going to pause that because I don't know what it says on your devices. Have you just got a square character on your devices? Or is it showing the actual character? This is something I should have checked. Okay. That's the symbol. That symbol, alright? So your options are that or that. Oh, for fuck's sake. Emoji doing its thing. So those are your options, okay? I'm going to carry it on now. Ow. Which of these keyboard commands would you use to undo on a Windows computer? Square plus Z or Control plus Z? Yeah, that's fine. It should still process it. That's the end of the responses, and it's still, well, no, everyone seems to have come in at 0.23 seconds. The correct answer is Control Z. The other one, that's the Command Z, and that's the equivalent on Mac computers. I'm hoping nobody gave me that. Let's find out. Start the meter. One of us went for square plus Z. But we have avoided that purge, just 3% getting it wrong. No abstentions on that one, 97% getting it right. Very well played. We go and lower the breakpoint down to 40%, and there's no more weird characters in this pack, just at a glance. So on we go. Question number 2, options are Pearl, Python. Which of the following is a type of knitting stitch? There's time. To Pearl, Dogfish says, I am still not over the MITMH stories where, on reaching a certain puzzle, several teams immediately had people getting out knitting needles and yarn to begin solving a puzzle. I don't understand what that is, but knit one, pearl one, drop one, curl one. I'm not a knitter, so that is new to me, but breakpoint's 40%. Let's see how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. That's good. 100% of you getting it right, nobody abstaining either, and we have avoided a purge. 34 of you giving me the correct answer. Well played. Oh, there was a bug in this. Well, it's not a bug, it's just a display bug. On your tracker of how many questions you've got right, on your end, it will show you the total number, including purge questions. Inside the game, it doesn't track purge questions, which is correct, but you might have a slight disparity between what it says you've got at the end and what it says on your device. I forgot I did write that on the Trello board, but I didn't fix it. So don't worry too much about that if and when we get there. On we go. Question number 3. Options are Rembrandt, Vermeer. In 1665, who painted the girl with a pearl earring? Is it the girl with a pearl earring, or was it just girl with a pearl earring? I didn't think there was an article in that, but it's a minor error compared to me missing water out of the Captain Planet question in the previous game, so those in glass houses, etc., etc. Correct answer was Johannes Vermeer. The model for the painting, if one ever existed, remains unknown to this day. Yes, Johannes Vermeer. Rembrandt is the one who did the Night's Watch, I believe. 30% breakpoint there. Could get triggered here. Let's find out how many were wrong. Start the meter. A few more than the last couple. But we avoid it. 24% getting it wrong. Just 8 players getting a wrong answer, but 76% getting the right answer. No abstentions there. And we avoid a purge. Let's go on. We lower the breakpoint to 20%. 20% breakpoint now. Question number 4, I think this is, and there are 2 options. They are Islam, Judaism. Ramadan and Safar are months in the calendar for which religion? Time. Islam or Judaism? The correct answer is Islam is the correct answer. Safar I wasn't so sure about, but Ramadan I do recognise as a Muslim festival. 20% breakpoint. How many were wrong? Start the meter. Just the one. 3% going for Judaism. And we avoid a purge once again. We come to the fifth question. After this, we will increase the options, but the breakpoint is low. It's 10%. So, are we going to hit it this time? Let's find out. Question number 5. Options are Black Sea, Caspian Sea. The Volga River flows into which body of water? Three seconds. Time. Dante, your answer did come in, but it came after the timeout. We'll see if it gets condoned in a minute. I think it probably did because I didn't press any other button. Let's take a look. The correct answer, first of all, is the Caspian Sea, not to be confused with the Volta with a T, which is in Burkina Faso and Ghana, not the Volga, which is sort of Eastern Europe, I think. So the breakpoint is 10%. That's pretty low. Let's find out what happened. How many got that one wrong? Start the meter. I don't think many of us are surprised there. Goodness me, 44% were wrong. And we have smashed through that breakpoint. 15 of you are going to get pulled into this purge. What of the 19 players, 56% who gave Caspian Sea? Tricky question, but it looks like 15 of you are going to have to pay the penalty for getting it wrong or abstaining. In fact, there were no abstentions on that question, so it does look like, Dante, your answer was included, and it looks like it was correct, so you shouldn't be in this purge. If you're not in this purge, you can answer the question anyway, because it doesn't count towards the game, but it will count towards pennies. So give the question a go, even if you're not in the purge. But for the 15 players who are in the purge, you're definitely going to want to give this a go. Yeah, ABME, Pyro, Mantissa, BC, OM Dalton, Stimpson's Angle, Fetz, Clive, Prug, Shapes, Kurzov, Inca, Lottibus, Opsy, and Energia. You are all in purge number 1. Full answer required, 20 seconds to get it in. You must give me a correct answer. If you give me a wrong answer, you will be eliminated from the game, though of course you can still play along for pennies. Good luck. Full answer required. Here is the question. What sport is played on a field called a gridiron? Energia getting an answer in with 0.22 seconds left of the clock, but it did come through. A gridiron. The correct answer is... it's American football. I did accept football on its own, because that's obviously what it's referred to as over in America, where it was invented. Let's take a look at the wrong answers. There's none there I fear I can condone, which means who got that one wrong? Blue if you were right, and red if you were wrong. Mantissa, Stimpson's Angle, and Energia, those are all wrong answers. Rugby, baseball, and tennis, respectively. I can't allow any of those. Thank you very much for playing, but it's a wrong answer at the wrong time, and you have been purged. We reset the breakpoint back up to 60% as we lose those 3 players. Do please continue playing along in the lobby game. But that's 1 purge down, potentially 4 to go as we go on to the next question, which has 3 options, and they are Anatomy of a Fall, Maestro, Oppenheimer. The 2024 Golden Globes, which film won Best Film Drama? Time. I haven't caught up on the Golden Globe results yet, but the correct answer was Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer's true counterpart, Barbie, didn't manage to win Best Film, Musical or Comedy, and it's nice to see how the Golden Globes break down all movies into 2 categories, truly. Note there from Dogfish for you. Incidentally, a gridiron is also, amongst other things, great for cooking meat and or fish over coal. Some extra info for you there. Oppenheim was the answer. The breakpoint's 60%. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. Avoided a purge, 23% giving a wrong answer, 16% for Anatomy of a Fall, 6% going for Maestro, and 77% going for the correct answer, 24 players, Oppenheimer. There were no abstentions on that question. Well played, let's move on. Lower the breakpoint down to 50%, 50% breakpoint now, back where it started. And here's another question with 3 options, which are Doogie Howser MD, Scrubs, ER. Zach Braff starred as Dr. J.D. Dorian in which long-running medical sitcom? Time. Love that show, and it was, of course, Scrubs, alongside John C. McGinley, Donald Faison, Sarah Chalke, who's now over in the Rick and Morty universe. Scrubs was the answer. Let's see how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. Just a handful. Nobody going for Doogie Howser MD. Clue in the name, possibly, or unless he was a supporting character, though of course JD was not. He was sort of the main character in that show. ER, 5 of you going for ER, but 84% getting the right answer. No abstentions there. We go on. Lower the breakpoint to 40%. Still 31 players in live play. Here is another question, and the options are Houndstooth, Dr. Frigid, nice to know. Damask, Argyle. The University of Alabama has repeatedly attempted to assert a trademark for which textile pattern a duotone broken check design. Time. I wouldn't have a clue on this question. The correct answer is houndstooth. The houndstooth pattern is associated with the University of Alabama as their longtime football coach regularly wore outfits in the pattern. The other two patterns are distinctly not duotone, or check, or duotone check. I think this question could just as easily be which fabric pattern is defined by Wiktionary as a 2-colour fabric pattern of broken checks. But Dogfish says I'm a sucker for the find the actual question method, which is very much what he's done there. Let's take a look. How many of you were wrong on that one? Breakpoint is 50%? 40%? Breakpoint is... I can't remember. 40%. I think it's 40%. I should probably debug that at this point. Let's find out. Start the meter. Yes, it's just told me the breakpoint is 40%. How many were wrong? %65%. We get the whip round of doom. Everyone getting whiplash on that camera pan there. There were 2 abstentions on that question, and a total of 65% wrong. 48% going for Argyle, 10% going for Damask, and then 2 abstentions as well. So if you got that one wrong or abstained, you are coming to join me in Purge number 2, where you'll need to give me a full answer in 20 seconds if you want to survive in the game. Let's find out who was wrong there. Quite a few of you. AB Me, Nando, Pyro, BC, Puzzle Dan, OM Dalton, Purgy, One Gaming, Fetz, Clivy, Prue, Shapes, Jogging, Natter, Velvet Thunder, Flyboy, Lottibus, Silent Marine Monster, Opsy, and Dante. All incorrect on that question. So, full answer required here within 20 seconds. If you are not in this purge, answer anyway, because it still adds to your penny count at the end of the game. But if your chair is in red, definitely give me an answer, because an abstention or a wrong answer will see you eliminated from the game. Good luck. Here's the second purge question. Up, down, strange, charm, top and bottom are the 6 flavours of which type of elementary particle? Time. Just looking at this, people who've pluralised it have got it right apart from one, which I can override, but I think it might be because this person put a space at the beginning. We'll see in a minute. The correct answer is the quark. I will accept quarks with an S on the end, but yes, that's the answer that we wanted. How many of you were wrong? 3 of you. No answer from Velvet Thunder. Flyball going for Electron is not the right answer. And Dante, that's you there, you said quarks with an S and I think a space at the beginning, which means it didn't quite get through the spell checker. But you did say quarks, Dante, so I am going to allow you to have that. And you go grey rather than blue, which is probably a bug, but a relatively fringe one. It does mean, though, Velvet Thunder and Flyboy, it's a wrong answer at the wrong time. Thank you for playing, but you have been purged. We reset the breakpoint back up to 70% and 29 players remain in the game. Let's go on to the next question. Options are current, power, charge. In electronics, what would be measured in coulombs? Dust off your GCSE physics here, folks. Not sure if I can remember that. Incidentally, on the quarks question, one day I'll be able to list the quarks without hearing the Hank Green song in my head, hopefully. Correct answer would be charge. I've got no more notes for you on that. It's just something you expected to know from GCSE physics. How many of you were wrong? Breakpoint is at 70%. Start the meter. Nice, just 21% incorrect according to my notes here. Although it seems to only add up to, yeah, that's off by 1 error because there's not a perfect number of players. But 79% getting charged for 23. 3 players each going for current and power. 10% each of the vote share, but it's enough to avoid a purge. Well played, let's move on. We'll lower the breakpoint to 60% with 29 players still in and take a look at the options for the next question, which are 5, 4, 6. Given any 2D map split into regions, how many colours are required to ensure each region does not share a colour with an adjacent region? Time. I love these sorts of things. I think I made a puzzle about this in a standalone game I made once, sort of not dissimilar from this. It's sort of a graph theory and Graham's number tangential, which wasn't an option blissfully. The correct answer is 4. Note that this does not work with a map of the Earth due to the strict requirements on the colour of water, lakes and similar, meaning there's no 4-colour solution for the African Great Lakes area. That's a genuinely interesting piece of trivia. You couldn't do it on a flat map of the Earth because of the blue of the waters. But 4 is the answer that we need otherwise. How many of you knew that one and how many were wrong? Start the meter. Breakpoint 60%. Getting pretty close, but we have avoided it. 45% total incorrect there. Just 1 player abstaining, 8 going for 5 and 4 going for 6, but 55% of you, that's 16 players, did give me a right answer, and we survive and move on to the next question. We lower the breakpoint to 50%, and we're also going to increase the number of answers. There are going to be 4 answers for this question, so do read them carefully. Good luck. Options are gin, scotch, vodka, rum. Which alcohol would you expect to find in a Singapore sling? Time. 50% breakpoint is what we're after, or looking to avoid. Hopefully you gave me the correct answer, gin. You'll also find, according to the IBA, Cointreau, Benedictine and cherry liqueur, which leaves me looking for a bottle of all of the above. Gin is what we wanted, and the breakpoint is 50%. How many were wrong? Start the meter. Good luck. Bloody hell! It's the cursed ratio. 48% were wrong, 52% were right. I'm not even talking about the quiz anymore. Well done to the 52% who got gin. 3 players going for scotch, 5 for rum and 6 for vodka. But my goodness me, what 3%? Was it 3% a player? Something like that? That got pretty jolly close. That was pretty scary. Silver Electron, welcome to the stream. No abstentions on that one, which is just as well, because that would have triggered Purge number 3. But you've gotten through by skin of your teeth, so that's quite exciting to watch. I did see it when I saw in my debug log. It tells me when I press the start meter button, it tells me what the breakpoint is and how many players were wrong. So it's always an exciting moment, and I have to keep a poker face. Let's move on. We lower the breakpoint to 40%. There's still 29 of you in. Another 4 options, and they are: Sun with Face, Two-Headed Eagle, Crescent Moon, Cedar Tree. What prominently features on the flag of Lebanon? Time. How's your vexillology? Dalton's got it down to a choice of 2. Hopefully you went the right way. Correct answer is a cedar tree. You did indeed, Dalton, go the right way. Few indeed. Crescent Moon's Crescent Moon covers many Muslim communities and countries. Two-headed eagle is Albania, and Sun with Face is either Argentina or Uruguay, but Lebanon is the cedar tree. Did you see the tree over there? Very good. Where's my soundboard? I've moved it. Nice. Yeah, it's on a different page now, my soundboard, but I've organised them so I can find them quickly. So I've got commonly used ones at the top, positive ones then in green underneath, negative ones as red. I added a new one, which is quite nice. And then my longer ones over on the right, and my danger zone ones in the bottom, top right, and the danger zone ones in the bottom right. So it's all very fun. So cedar tree was the correct answer. The breakpoint is 40%. How many of you were wrong? Start the meter. Not many, just 17% going wrong. No abstentions again. 1 each for Sun with Face and Two-Headed Eagle. 3 going for Crescent Moon. 24 getting the correct answer. Well done, Hive Mind. You have saved the majority. Let's go on. Breakpoint dropped to 30%, getting pretty low now. Let's see if we can get through this question, and your options are: The Merchant of Venice, Midsummer Night's Dream, Cymbeline, Hamlet. In which Shakespeare play would you find Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, who are, of course, dead? Different play, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead, which is sort of based, or not based off of this play, but it uses those characters. And the play in question is, of course, my favourite Shakespeare, Hamlet. No further notes on that one. Maybe Dogfish assuming I'll be able to fill in the trivia myself on that one, because it's Hamlet is Bay. I do like Hamlet. Breakpoint's down at 30%. How many of you were wrong? Start the meter. Wow, 38% were incorrect. I thought we might survive that one, but alas not. 62%. There's 18 players going for the correct answer of Hamlet. 4 going for The Merchant of Venice. 1 for A Midsummer Night's Dream. 5 for Cymbeline. And there was also 1 abstention on that one. No, I wasn't expecting a purge on that one either, but we are going to our 3rd purge, and if you were wrong or abstained, if you're one of those 11 players who was wrong or abstained, then I'm afraid you are coming with me to this purge question. Remember, the purge questions do get harder as the main game questions do as well, and we've only got a maximum of 5. So who was wrong there? Which 11 are coming into purge number 3? Ethane's to water. How do you say? Ethane's to water. Nando, Pyro, Puzzle Dan, Purgy1 Gaming, Stilgar, Tiggo, Kurtzov, Lottibus, Opsy, and Dante. You are all in purge number 3. 20 seconds to give me a full correct answer. If you do, you rejoin the game. If you don't, you're eliminated. Good luck to all 11 of you. And of course, if you're not in this purge, do answer anyway. It's still worth pennies. his question. Vampire was the lead single for the album Guts, the sophomore album for which singer-songwriter? Time. Correct answer. Olivia Rodrigo, also known as the album where they picked the worst possible lead single. #opinions from Dogfish there. I must confess, Olivia Rodrigo is not someone I've even heard of, much less heard the music of. So I did see your answer come in, Dan, and I did think, yes, I'll be generous because it's clear that intent was needed. So I will. It didn't get through the spell checker, but I will correct that for you, Dan. Let's see who was right. Blue if you were. And red if you're not. Pyro going for Adele. Yeah, Puzzle Dan, it's phonetically plausible. So once I found you, there you are. Yeah, I will allow that. No, that's wrong, Topper. No answer from Stilgar. Question marks from Kurtzov. Not that. And bye from Dante. It doesn't actually show the... I only showed that going in with the idea that answers are anonymised and scores are anonymised. No one sees the answer unless I choose to read them out, unless you got it right at this point. But I do check them, and I'm afraid those are all incorrect answers, apart from Puzzle Dan's, which I have condoned. So unfortunately, Pyro, Purge 1 Gaming, Stilgar, Kurtzov, Lottibus, and Dante, thank you for playing, but it's a wrong answer at the wrong time, and I'm afraid you've been purged. We reset the breakpoint back up to 80%. 23 players remain in the game, 13 playing behind the scenes. I don't even know what question we're up to anymore, and that's part of the fun of it. You don't know how much longer you've got, but I do know we've got 2 Purge questions left in the bag should we need them. Let's go on to another question, and there are still 4 options, and they are strontium, selenium, platinum, magnesium. Which of these elements, often seen in catalytic converters, is a transition metal? Right. Quite a high bar, 80%, but we've seen it being punched through before, especially as the questions get harder. More science from Dogfish here, quite a sciencey pack here. The correct answer is platinum. The presence of platinum, palladium and rhodium in catalytic converters makes them very valuable and thus unfortunately very prone to being stolen. Platinum was the correct answer. How many of you gave it to me and how many were wrong? Start the meter. Whiplash time. We've avoided a purge. Just over half of you getting that one wrong, 43%. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Just under half of you getting that one wrong. Just over halfway to the break point is what I meant there. Break point 80%, 43% incorrect and no abstentions. 57% go for platinum, 13 players. 3 each for magnesium and selenium and 4 for strontium. Well done, Hive Mind. You've saved everyone. Let's go on. Lower the break point down to 70% and another question. And your options are Belarus, Azerbaijan, Ukraine, Georgia. The 2009 Eurovision entry we don't want to put in was rejected by the EBU owing to its highly political nature, understandably so, as Russia had invaded the country in 2008. Which country submitted this song? Time. Quite a long question there, hopefully you managed to get through it. I know, says Topper. Correct answer. It's Georgia, and note here for proof of person, which in this case was Colo. Feel free to... Okay, it was just a different phrasing. Feel free to remove the Eurovision window dressing to make this a non-Eurovision question, but it was still a sort of geopolitical question rather than a Eurovision question. It's an extra in for you if you do follow Eurovision. That's what I don't mind seeing Eurovision questions in that nature when they're a subset of a larger question. Anyway, moving on from my opinions. Georgia was the correct answer. The breakpoint's 70%. How many of you were wrong? Start the meter. 48%. Proper cursed ratio. 52% were right, 48% were wrong. 2 abstentions on that one. 2 going for Azerbaijan as well, 3 for Belarus and 4 for Ukraine. But well done. Hive Mind, you have collectively saved everyone. Well over halfway towards the breakpoint, but just under half of you getting that one wrong. So we go on with the game. We lower to 60%. Remember, it's still got 2 purges behind before, and we may be running out of questions because this question, the options are going up to 5. 5 options for the question. Make sure you read them all carefully. And those options are Jan Zelenci, Armand Duplantis, Jonathan Edwards, Ryan Krauser, Jürgen Schult. Who is current world record holder for both indoor and outdoor pole vaulting? Apologies if I butchered any of the pronunciations there, my diacritics aren't brilliant. Oh, okay, Unity. Thanks for that. Great! Okay, don't panic anyone, keep your Hackbox devices open, this hasn't happened for a while. Stay there, don't worry, I've got a recovery mode. Fingers crossed. These things happen occasionally. Well, on my streams they certainly do. Hasn't for a while. Oh, 3. Okay, it happens to other people as well, because Topper said it happens to him as well. Okay, it should be, if I just go in recovery mode, it should just boot it back up. Let's find out. Keep your fingers crossed. We're in recovery mode. Let's see what happens. Okay. That looks promising. Let's see what happens when I go progress gameplay. Yeah, that happens. Sound.wave. I'm hoping it's going to pick us right back up where we left off. Don't type that again. Now, it's not going to put us back to the start, is it? God, I hope not. Give me a sec just to check gameplay stuff. I might need to look at the code. Because obviously recovery mode is a thing. Let's go back to 6. Okay, let me just look at the chat. Right answer of half. My correct has gone down to 4. Correct answer counts dropped considerably. Looking good. And then my correct answer has gone from whatever to 7. If that changes anything. That's gone to 0. Okay. So there's some error there. Let me see. What happens in recovery mode? Just give me a second again because I haven't had to deal with one of these for a while. We'll find my way around my template. Right, are we in gameplay manager? In recovery mode, we need to call restore players to restore specific player data. Client end should be handled by the reload host call. Just need to call restore gameplay state to bring us back to where we are. Okay, have I implemented those? Oh, that doesn't look good, does it? Oh, save manager.restore player. Yes, so I did. Recovery mode, save manager.restore data. I did implement it. Backup data list.clear, backup data.text. That's in persistent data, right? Let me just check to see if that data file is there. What we're playing, the Purge. Backup data. Let me see what this says. Right, there is some data here, but it may not be correct. And also I've not indented it, so I can't read it. Let me just stick it in a JSON coma. Fuck it, let's got it anyway. Fuck off! No, oh, for God's sake. No, I don't care that I've got adverts. Pardon? Right, let's just take a look. Some eliminations. Not sure. Yeah, looks like maybe the total correct hasn't persisted. Although, it does. Yeah, it's showing total correct. I don't know if it's counting purges though, although we haven't had that many. I don't know. That's the data that's been saved, so if it's not storing everything, I need to look into why that is. But we've got something. It might just be a view error. I've also got to put it back. I need to restore something else. What I said. Restore gameplay state. Do I have a restore gameplay state? Restore gameplay state, yes I do. I'm not calling it anywhere though, which is a problem. Go on, null. Why am I not calling that anywhere? That seems ludicrous to me. Right, this I should be able to do manually, if you give me a tick, just to put it back to where we should be. If I get that data, in fact, I've still got the data over there. Yes. Or have I? What's this? Gameplay manager.get. Gameplay data. Next question number. This is backup data rather than gameplay data. So if I go back to where I was. Persephone's chat, Purge, gameplay data, there we go. Next question number 0, current round 4, rounds played 0. Well, that's not right. What was the next question number? There were 5 options, so let's try 14. If we're off by 1, then we might go to question again. 14 and current round is 4 apparently. Oh, that's just an enum though, isn't it? Which actually translates to 1, 2, 3, 4 hide instructions. Oh no, that's not right. Okay, well I can probably work this out. The current stage should be load question. In main round, is it rounds played or is it questions asked? On integer somewhere. Question date. Oh fuck, they're static, which means I can't change them, which is really dumb. Expose them, but I'd have to restart the game again. Oh, that's very annoying. That's very, very annoying. What happens if I press the button? Alright, back to this one. Have a free one, y'all. Just see if it updates your data correctly. Hoping most of us got that one right. I'd rather not have to go back through the whole game again, but something isn't persisting like it should be. Have you gone back to what you should be on? Because it should have eliminated some players as well, and it doesn't look as though it has. I'm reluctant to go back through the entire game again. Purge 5, yeah, it should definitely be more than that. It looks like the data has stopped persisting at a certain point. Are there some players that have been eliminated? Well, obviously some have. I think it's just not persisting the data. Yeah, I'm not going to be going through and altering all the scores. If the scores have changed, then I need to find out where it stopped at. But also, I need to get to a point where, because I can't change the question number, which is such a stupid thing to make private or static. Unless I can in operator. No, why would I not allow you to move to a different question? That's such a dumb decision. Got player manager. This is so annoying. What else is in gameplay manager? I don't know. I could probably Mickey Mouse that up to the next question, but I would have to stop and restart the build again. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make that variable. I'm going to expose those variables. Oh, this is going to break the code, isn't it? Because they're all static. And if they're being referenced by anything... Oh, no. Oh, because it's a singleton, so it's fine. Oh, shit, no. Fuck, yeah, I've deeply broken it. I don't know, why the fuck are they static? This will take me a second. Hang fire. I just need to put in some references to these things, these static variables. There's no reason for them to be static because they're basically in a static class anyway, or a singleton class. So they shouldn't need to be static. But if I do this, I can get us back. The scores might still be wrong, but I'll get us back to where we were. So get and get and get and get and get. 4 to go. Where's that one? There. Get. 3 to go. And get, and all the rest are in here, I think. Yes. Get and get. Right, that should have fixed all of that. Those are now publicly exposed. Oh no, I've got a couple more. No, let's fix them. Those variables are now exposed in the gameplay manager, so I can now set the next question index. So if we start in recovery mode again, should do the same thing. Big Bang coming up. Lots of spam in the chat coming up. Let's skip opening titles. Let's skip that. And let's go to how to play and get rid of that. And now, if we go, current round is main round. Next main question index should be 15, maybe 14. Next Purge question index will be 4. I think that should be 15. No, 14, 3, and 0. Alright, let's see what happens. Azerbaijan, Ukraine, Georgia, Belarus. 2009 Eurovision entry We Don't Want to Put It In was rejected by the EBU owing to its highly political nature. Understandably so, as Russia had invaded the country in 2008. Which country submitted this song? Right. Time. Let's see what happens. It's Georgia. And how many were wrong? Breakpoint's at 50%. We avoid a purge. Right, what I'm going to say is if you're still in and you were previously purged, next time we get a purge, could you eliminate yourself, please? Because it sort of worked, but not perfectly. So, I don't know if this was the breakpoint when it crashed, but the breakpoint is now 40% for this next question, which is where we got to when the game stopped. So let's see what happens. Options are Jan Zelenzi, Ryan Krauser, Armand Duplantis, Jürgen Schult, Jonathan Edwards, who is the current world record holder for both indoor and outdoor pole vaulting. Time. Correct answer. Armand Duplantis. Duplantis is Swedish-American, has set multiple world records by beating his own records centimetre by centimetre. How many were wrong? Start the meter. We are going to a purge. Hopefully. There's one we haven't seen before. What was the last one? It was the Olivia Rodrigo question. We'll see if we get that one again. If we do, then so be it. I think I've got the numbers right, but let's find out who's in this purge. I say, if you're previously eliminated, if you could do the honours system and eliminate yourself again, that'd be great. If you're red, you're in the purge. Let's find out what the question is first of all. Fingers crossed I've lined up the right one. Have. Louis Diet is most associated with the creation of which potato and leek soup, which are traditionally served chilled? Time. Correct answer. Vichyssoise was the answer. Vichyssoise. How many of you were wrong? Quite a few. Scouse, no answer, no answer. Gashman, no answer, no answer. Pyro, I know this, but purging myself. Appreciate your honesty. So, Tiggo, Velvet Thunder, Purgy1 Gaming, Stilgar, Puzzle Dan, Prug, Silver Electron, Clivy, Dante, Silent Marine, Ralph, Pyro, 3 Toot, Kurtzov, and Dinatamol. Thank you for playing, but you have been purged. Right, breakpoints at 60%. What? Okay, that's really interesting. So it looks like it stopped saving after the first purge, because that's Mantissa and Zeus and another player who it's not showing me the names, which means they're in restoration mode but not. Let's go on. And it's setting it to 60%, which means we're not going to get through. Oh, we might do. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Here's another question with 5 options. James Patterson, Earl Stanley Gardner, Lee Child, John le Carré, Ian Rankin. Which author wrote the Perry Mason series of novels and short stories? Actually, if we survive this, I can actually reset the purge meter, which should be at 90% on this question. That's time. I have got a purge meter manager somewhere, I think. It's in studio. Centerpiece. Purgeometer. There we are. Oh, you dick. Oh, set manual breakpoint. Set manual percent. Oh no. Like a tool bag, I have left it so that I cannot override the current purge meter. I can change the intervals, but the current size of it, I set manual breakpoint, or can I? Yes, I can, but I'll do it after this question. Let's find out the answer first of all. Earl Stanley Gardner is the correct answer. No more notes on that. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. Nice, 69% of you getting it right, avoiding a purge. 1 for John Le Carre, 2 for Lee Child, none for James Patterson, 2 for Ian Rankin, and no abstentions on that one, which is good. Right, what I'm going to do is reset the meter. It should be at 80%. And I need to pull the camera back to do this, don't I? Fuck, how do I do that? It's really bad that I've... Okay, I'm just going to show you... No, I'm not. I'm going to look on this screen and do this purgeometer manually. Manually set breakpoint, so it should be 80%. Set manual breakpoint. That's the wrong way, so it should be 20%. Right, the breakpoint is now at 80%, so which is where it should be for this point of the game, assuming we had the purge in the right place. So it should be reasonably back to what we should be at. Fingers crossed. 80% breakpoint. Next question. Options are triangle, star, wavy lines, square, circle. Which of these does not appear in the Xena cards which are used to conduct experiments for ESP? Time. And a late answer. Correct answer. It's triangle. Set is split mostly, there you go, 8%, by number of lines. A circle with 1 line, a cross with 2, 3 wavy lines, 4 lines in a square, and a 5-pointed star, but no triangle. How many of you were wrong on that one? Start meter. Thank you, Ghostbusters, indeed so. It's getting pretty close. 69% of you are wrong. Nice again. But it's good that I can adjust that breakpoint. 31% going for triangle. Well played. 2 for star, none for wavy lines, 8 for square, and 1 for circle. No abstentions once again. Let's go on. Breakpoint lowered to 70%. And here are your options for the next question. Delft pottery, key rings, sheet music, snail shells, tax discs. What would a copocephalist collect? Copoclephalist select. Collect. Select. Oh, original Xena thought people were showing signs of ESP with them, that was it, until people were tested in a setting where they couldn't see the cards reflected in the tester's eyes. Very nice. So yes, apologies for my pronunciation there. What would a copoclephalist collect? Delft pottery, key rings, sheet music, snail shells, or tax discs? Correct answer is... it's key rings. A linguistics question. The real in here is to spot CLE, the clair, and then link to the common root, for example, clay, CLE accent from French, clair. So, key rings is what we're after there. How many of you were wrong? Breakpoint is 70%. Start the meter. Hi Swifted, welcome to the stream. If you go to, we've only got a handful of questions left, but if you head over to there, you should be able to join with the room code. Exactly 50% right. 8 players going for keyrings, 6 for snail shells and 2 for tax discs, no abstentions and no one for Delft pottery or sheet music. Well done. Let's go on to another question. Breakpoint lowered to 60%. Take a look. Options are Nobel Prize in Economics, Nobel Prize in Chemistry, Nobel Prize in Mathematics, Nobel Prize in Physics, Nobel Prize in Literature. In 1994, which Nobel Prize was awarded to noted game theorist John Nash? And Mr. Vertigo, Optimat, Stockfish and Swifted, welcome to the stream. Time. Okay. Correct answer. It's Nobel Prize in Economics, and developing a brand new branch of study gets you the Economics Prize. No such thing as a maths Nobel Prize. Was John Nash the one from A Beautiful Mind, played by Russell Crowe? Was that how it went? Was that film? Was that John Nash? Someone will tell me in a minute. That's him. I thought so. Good. I know things. It shouldn't take that long to load Swifted. Let's take a look how many were wrong. Start the meter. And there we go. We have avoided a purge. Just 19% getting that one wrong. 3 players going for Nobel Prize in Mathematics, which is not a thing. 81% getting the correct answer, the economics one. Very well played. And there is the klaxon, which means we have run out of questions. That 5th purge question will go unobserved. Oh, we're in recovery mode. Sorry, Swifted, I'll take us out of recovery mode. May have been what the problem was. If it's still not working, Swifted, just try that again. Try refresh. Because I left it in recovery mode, which was an error. Because we had a crash earlier on. Just give it a refresh and try again. You might be able to come in for the final purge. So, now, I'm hoping that even if the exact scores are not what you had before, they will all be relative, certainly up to a certain point of the game, and it will still get us 5 players into the game. Well, the 5 correct players, because there's quite a few of you to choose from. There you are, Swifted. You won't get a chair because it's a late entry, but you should be able to play along with these last few questions. So let's find out. Yeah, so I don't think these numbers are quite correct, but here is what we have. Owen Dalton, It's Plujogging, BC, Nando, AB Me, Ethanes were Water, Fets, Fluffy Bunny, Squire Shapes, Opsy, and Lottibus all eliminated, which means we've got Flyboy, Monster, Inca, Hole in One, Arun, and Mark through to the final, based on the numbers that were there. Again, I can only apologise for the recovery of that crash not working quite exactly as it should. Shouldn't be crashing, but Unity's just occasionally going to do that, I guess. Good question. What is the room code? The room code is... if I look at my console, it'll say... It's... KPWC. KPWC is the room code. I don't think I can replace you, Flyboy. I'm disinclined to replace you because that sort of goes against the spirit of the game. There's Jogging. Come to join us. Let's get through these final 4 questions and see what happens, because it is time. God, there's so much still broken in this. It's time for the final purge. Oh, those are the scores, such as they are, for where we're up to at this point. But yes, that's a little bit academic because everything got lost after a certain point. Let's go to the final purge. Inca, Mark, Monster, Hole in One, and Flyboy. Time for the final purge. You'll be shown half a question. Based on that half a question, you have to decide whether to play or to pass. If you play it and get it right, you can choose someone to eliminate. If you pass and they're wrong, they're eliminated. If you play and are wrong, or you pass and they are right, then you are eliminated. Those are the rules of the game. Make sure you double check who you are nominating if you're going to pass, because they may not be in the same order that you are displayed up there. Good luck. Inca, as the player leading, would you like to go first or last? Inca's going to play last, and Flyboy, you are straight into the game, so you're going to get half a question, and based on that, decide whether you want to play or pass. Incidentally, everyone else do also play along because still pennies available, such as they are. Half a question then, Flyboy. Queen Margaret II, who? Play or pass? Queen Margaret II, who? Flyboy's going to play this one. Okie dokie. Here's that question in full. Queen Margaret II, who is set to abdicate tomorrow, is well known for creating illustrations used in the Danish translation of which book? There's an answer from Flyboy. And time. Correct answer on what Flyboy said. Sorry, best of luck to all is not the right answer. It is the Lord of the Rings. Yeah, she's Queen of Denmark, if you didn't know that already, but that is not where the question decided to go. Defo not your answer, Puzzle Dan. Funnily enough, Proogs said exactly the same thing in almost the same frame. Both Proogs and Puzzle Dan, within 0.04 of a second of each other, both opted for the Very Hungry Caterpillar, which would have been beautiful, but unfortunately not the one. It's Lord of the Rings. But Proogs and Puzzle Dan have one mind and have won at the same time as well. Flyboy, it's the wrong answer. You've been purged. We go on. Hole in one. Half a question, decide to play or pass based on it. The 2030 FIFA World Cup is... Passing over to Monster. Monster. If you get this one right, a run is eliminated. If you get it wrong, you are eliminated. Good luck. Here's that question in full. The 2030 FIFA World Cup is set to be hosted by a combination of 3 nations. A combination of Spain, Portugal, and which African country? So getting an answer in 8.5 seconds. A couple of seconds for everyone else, and there's time. Correct answer? It's Morocco. Sorry, I read your answer, Monster, not Ghana. You said Ghana, which is not the right answer. No, it's Morocco. In addition, a trio of games will be held in South America for the centenary celebrations. Because yes, 1930 when it was first held in Uruguay. That's a wrong answer, Monster. It's a good pass from Arun, and Monster, you have been purged. Flyboy and Monster down. Arun with a sensible pass. Mark getting the next question, or half a question. Play or pass based on this half mark. Ever fallen in love, holding out for a hero, and living la vida loca? Play or pass? Mark's going to take this one himself. Best of luck. That question in full. Ever fallen in love, holding out for a hero, and living la vida loca, all featuring the soundtrack to which animated 2004 movie? Need an answer, Mark. 5 seconds. And that's time. An answer coming in 18.13 seconds. Correct answer and Mark's response are Shrek 2. Mark going for Sing. That was much, much later. Genuinely one of the most incredible movie soundtracks. It is a good soundtrack, I have to say. And that's not including Far, Far Away Idol's bonus content, which includes The Ugly Stepsister, Larry King, singing Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. Bad luck on that one, Mark. Shouldn't have played, should have passed it, though I can tell you, if you had passed to a run or Inca, they both got it right, so you were screwed either way on that one. So bad luck, but unfortunately you have been purged. So Inca, you decided to play last and you've avoided attack so far, and you get to cast the final judgment. Are you going to play or pass this final question? Just looking at this, I think I know what you're going to do. Here's half a question. Glutamine, lysine, and arginine. Play or pass? Well, that does surprise me. I really thought you would play that. Genuinely. So you're being bit of an old science bod. Maybe you're banking on a run being less of a science bod than you being a good science bod. But a run, this has been passed to you. We don't very often see this on the last question. Normally the controller wants to decide their own fate, but a run, it is all coming down to you. Be interesting to see if Inca does know this one. Good luck. Final question in full. Glutamine, lysine, and arginine are examples of which organic compounds, of which 22 are capable of being incorporated into proteins? A run answering in 5.1 seconds. It's going to be Shrek again. Hello, Ape. Welcome to the stream, my dude. There's time. Correct answer and Aaron's response. Amino acids and Inca. He did know that one. He got it right. That was a bad pass. It could have been yours, Inca. But Arun has gotten it. Turned out I was kind. The fact there are single letter abbreviations make these a puzzle hunt staple, so long as you don't need B, J, O, U, X, or Z. You spelled amino acids. I think it got through the spell check, Lupine. Did it get through the spell check? Yeah, I got through, so you're fine. It's the right answer, Arun. It's a bad pass from Inca, and Inca, I'm afraid you've been purged. So after a weird game and at least one crash and a beautiful set of questions from Dogfish, I'm really sorry that the build couldn't sustain the greatness of your questions, but we have got one player left standing. Congratulations, Arun, you have survived the purge. I bring my desk back down and have a good sit. Lovely sit. Very well done there, Arun. And yeah, great stuff, great stuff. I don't know what the pennies are going to pay out. I have got a player manager. It pays out based on total correct. So those are the totals that you've got correct. So times it by... Well, you should say how many pennies you've won actually on your devices. Where's my gameplay manager? There. 25. So 25 times your score is what you get, which isn't great, but because yeah, 25 times. Good memory, Mark. Yes. So that's something. Won't be as what it should be because things broke, and I'm very sorry. And I thought, I've baked in this recovery system, which it sort of worked, but somewhere along the line it stopped tracking information, and there's a method that I'm not calling that I need to restore data. But yeah, I think I need to call that save functionality more, because it was working, and I think it stopped saving after the first purge, I think. But computers, right? I'll go back onto the large cam at the end just to wrap up the stream and do all the continuity and stuff. But thank you all for playing. Thank you again to Dogfish for writing, to Colo for proofing. Well done to all our finalists, but especially congratulations to Arun. You have survived the purge. Yay! Apart from webcam not being at the right height. Good. Well done. Well done, everyone there. So we limped over the finish line. It's a very apt way of describing it. Those pennies have been assigned to you, and I'm going to give everyone a bonus of 500 for breaking things. Thank you again to Dogfish for that pack, and again, I can only apologise for the breakages. Happy 4th birthday. Say it wouldn't be a celebration without a crash somewhere. So I thought we'd gotten over the all the crashing nonsense, but Lewis, welcome to the stream. Just in time for the end. Yeah, anyway, I hope you like the new layouts at any rate. That video, I've decided I'm only going to play it because it's quite a bit longer than the last series one, so I'm only going to play that video at the start. It's not going to be an end of stream stuff. I'm just going to go back to the homepage at the end, just so you're forewarned. But yeah, lovely questions, and limped over the finish line. Just about. So hopefully we all got some good quizzing in there, even if it didn't quite fully reflect your scores. So there's a couple of things in there. Maybe note them in suggestions. Obviously the crash I can't do anything about because that was a Unity end crash, apropos of nothing whatsoever, rather than a B-sod. At least it wasn't one of those. But yeah, I could probably fix that restore system a bit better, make sure it's... Well, I think it works. I just think it needs to persist data more, and there's one method I need to call to recover the gameplay data. But yeah, apart from that, it was okay. I'm focusing on the positives because it's Game Night's birthday. 4 years I'm doing it now. 4 years, or a little bit longer if you include the countdown streams, but it's been the Game Night branding now for 4 years. So I hope you enjoy the new layout. So things to look forward to. next week, speaking of birthdays, next week, it is Ash the Bash's 5th anniversary. 5th anniversary of Quiz Night, I believe. Yeah, Wednesday, the 17th of January. Untitled Grid Game and 5-year anniversary. So no idea what he's going to be doing. But do go give him a follow because there's good stuff happened over there. And it's his 5-year anniversary next Wednesday. And then next Friday, he's got Word Scramble, Hive Minds, and 1 versus 100, one of his very earliest recreation, game show recreations. Always goes down well, so do go give him a follow. And Topper as well. Thank you, OM Dalton, I appreciate that. Let's give Topper a shout out. Oh, it's exclamation mark, isn't it? Let's try that again. There we go. Go give Topper a little follow as well, because next week he has got Word Chain Royale. That sounds like a really great concept. Must have been invented by somebody very clever. Rebound by 8Minky, and 21st question, which, if memory serves, is that a Franken pack? Your 21st question, Topper, next week. Is it a sort of an archive pack, a retro pack from question packs gone past? Yes, it is. Okay, so that to look forward to with Topper. That's next Thursday. All three of those stream events are going to be at 8 p.m. And as for me, next Saturday, season 13 continues with Crossfire by Kasani, who's sort of a new writer, not really new writer. They've been in the community a very, very long time. Did write questions in the early days, has been away for a while, is coming back for the first time in a while. So Kasani's providing us with Crossfire next week. We've then got a team effort of The Abyss from Purge and Mr. Vertigo, and we've got Oni's Danger Zone pack. And I know it's Oni's birthday next week, so he's not here. That one has already come in and been proofed. Again, grateful to Toot for doing that, and the other 2 packs hopefully will come in this week. They were early packs, so they have some wiggle room on the deadline. But yes, Prugs and Mr. Vertigo's Abyss and Kasani's Crossfire. That's going to be next Saturday. Forward warning as well, 16th of March, if you haven't put it in your diaries yet, that's going to be an all-day charity stream. I'll be revealing more details about that very soon, but it's for the 400th episode of Game Night. It's also going to function as the Series 13 finale, so Series 13, Episode 11. Do pop it in your diary. It's going to be raising money all day for a really, really good cause, which, again, to be confirmed soon. I've got it down to a choice of 2. And there's going to be a whole day of quiz and some special guest games as well. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And that is going to be it from me for tonight. I need to go and have a shower and not have any more tea. I've had far too much tea today. But again, thank you to all our writers and proofing team for this evening. Apologies for the slight gremlins. Keep our fingers crossed that Unity just stays stable next week. That's all one can do. Is there anybody to raid? Is the next question. Is Nico DJing? I think we might be going to raid Nico. Yeah, Nico's doing a DJ stream, and they're really good as well. So we'll look forward to going and do some music over with Nico, who's a sort of friend of the community through HUD 601 and friends. So and he's a good guy. He's a variety partner, and may or may not be seeing him later this season. Is all I'll say. But we look forward to that. So Ash on Wednesday and Friday, 5-year anniversary for Ash on Wednesday, Topper on Thursday, and I'm back next Saturday with Crossfire, The Abyss, and Danger Zone. Until then, happy birthday to Game Night once again. Thank you all so much for sticking around for 4 years and making this community a wonderful, fabulous place to be in. To everyone who makes it work, from the admin staff to the in the Discord, the moderation staff on Twitch, the writers, the proofers, and you for coming back week in, week out and playing these games, because without you, there's not really much to tell. I'm going to stop that bonus right there, and there's not much point in doing it. So thank you all. And until next week, next Saturday, unless I catch you in the interim, you have been watching Game Night. I have been Royal Flushed. We're going to go and raid Nico, and we're going to say Purge got purged. That'll do. That sounds fun to me. I've been Royal Flush. You've been watching Game Night. Until next time, take care. Peace out and good night.